What if the next iPhone killer isn't from Apple? What if it isn't from Samsung? And what if it isn't even a phone company at all? For years, rumors have circled the internet about a mysterious device called the Tesla Pi phone, a smartphone powered by solar energy, connected directly to Starlink satellites, integrated with Neuralink, capable of operating without traditional carriers. Some say it could break big tech's grip on communication forever. Others say it doesn't exist and never will. So here's the real question. Why would a car company even want to build a phone? And if Tesla actually releases the Pi phone in 2026, what system is it trying to disrupt and why now? Tonight, we're going to follow the full story from the origins of the idea to its rise through internet hype to the breaking point where reality clashes with ambition. And by the end, you'll understand why this story isn't really about a phone at all. It's about control, infrastructure, and the future of digital power. Stay with me because the answers come later than you expect. Part 1. Setting the stage, why phones matter more than cars. Before we talk about Tesla, before Elon Musk, before rumors and leaks, we need to understand why smartphones are the most powerful consumer product ever created. Your phone isn't just a device. It's your bank, your identity, your news source, your GPS, your social life, your workplace. Whoever controls smartphones controls data flows, attention, and increasingly money. Apple understood this early. That's why iPhones are locked ecosystems. Google followed with Android, free, but data-driven. Telecom companies stayed in the background, controlling access through carriers and SIM cards. Now here's the twist most people miss. Tesla already operates in multiple industries that phones depend on. Satellites, Starlink, energy, solar plus batteries, AI Dojo, Optimus, transportation, cars, autonomy, brain-computer interfaces, Neuralink. The question isn't can Tesla make a phone? The question is, why would Tesla want to replace the entire system phones depend on? To answer that, we have to go back. Part 2. Origins. Where the Tesla Pi phone idea came from. The Tesla Pi phone was never officially announced. It started the same way many disruptive ideas do, as a reaction. In 2022, Elon Musk publicly criticized Apple and Google for their control over app stores and speech moderation. He hinted that if platforms became too restrictive, he would consider building an alternative phone. At the time, it sounded like frustration, not strategy. But behind the scenes, something else was happening. Tesla was launching Starlink globally, including regions where traditional mobile infrastructure barely exists. Starlink wasn't just faster internet, it was carrier-independent connectivity. At the same time, Tesla was building energy-independent hardware, solar roofs, power walls, off-grid systems. Suddenly, the idea of a phone that didn't need cell towers, SIM cards, traditional carriers didn't sound impossible anymore. It sounded inevitable. The Pi phone concept formed around one radical idea. What if communication didn't require permission? Part 3. The rise, why hype exploded so fast. Between 2023 and 2025, Tesla Pi phone rumors exploded. Leaks claimed solar charging embedded into the screen, direct Starlink satellite connectivity, blockchain-based identity systems, native Tesla car integration, Neuralink compatibility. Most of it was unverified, but the hype spread anyway. Why? Because people want an escape. Smartphone users were growing tired of rising prices, app store fees, data harvesting. Forced updates locked ecosystems. At the same time, trust in big tech was declining globally. The Pi phone became a symbol, not of features, but of rebellion. And that's where the real danger began. Part 4. The breaking point, reality vs ambition. Here's the part most videos avoid. Building a phone isn't hard. Building an ecosystem is. Apple doesn't dominate because of hardware. It dominates because of developers, app ecosystems, carrier relationships. Manufacturing scale, regulatory approvals. Tesla would be challenging all of that at once. Starlink connectivity sounds revolutionary until you realize satellites still struggle with latency in dense urban areas, indoor signal penetration, regulatory restrictions. Solar charging sounds futuristic until you calculate that a smartphone screen can only collect a fraction of the energy needed for daily use. And Neuralink integration? That technology is still experimental, regulated, and years away from mass adoption. By 2025, analysts began asking a different question. Was the Pi phone a real product or a strategic threat? Part 5. Fallout: what happens if Tesla launches in 2026? If Tesla releases the iPhone in 2026, three things happen immediately. First, Apple and Google respond aggressively. Not with ads, but with ecosystem pressure. Second, governments step in. A phone bypassing carriers and borders raises national security questions instantly. Third, consumers face a trade-off. Freedom versus compatibility. Because history shows us something uncomfortable. Disruptive systems don't replace old ones overnight, they fragment the world. Part 6. Failed fixes. Previous phone killers failed. Remember BlackBerry, Windows Phone, Amazon Fire Phone? All promised innovation, all failed. Not because they were bad, but because they underestimated ecosystems. Tesla knows this. Which raises a chilling possibility. What if the iPhone isn't meant to win? What if it's meant to force change? Part 7. Modern parallels. History is repeating. Look at history. Railroads reshaped power, electricity, centralized control. The internet decentralized it, smartphones re-centralized it again. Every cycle follows the same pattern. Innovation promises freedom. Platforms consolidate power, disruption threatens control. Regulation and resistance follow. The iPhone fits perfectly into this cycle. Not as a product, but as a pressure point. Conclusion: 3 takeaways. Takeaway number 1. The Tesla iPhone isn't about phones, it's about who controls access. Takeaway number 2. True disruption threatens systems, not competitors. Takeaway number 3. Every technological revolution creates new freedoms and new dependencies. So here's the final question. If Tesla gives you a phone that bypasses carriers, platforms, and borders, who do you trust with that power, and are we ready for the consequences? If you found this breakdown valuable, subscribe for more deep dive tech and economic stories. Like this video if you want to follow up on whether the Tesla iPhone actually launches in 2026. And comment below, do you think this phone is real or a strategic illusion? Because sometimes the most powerful device is the idea itself.